Here we are at SIGGRAPH, day 2, or actually day 1 of the expo, and I'm here with the animation mentor guys. We have Shawn and Carlos here with us, so we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on, animation mentor, and a little bit of background of what these guys are doing. And first of all, thank you for joining me today. I greatly appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
So tell me something new and exciting about Animation Mentor this year since I've seen you last year. A lot of new students go through, graduate this year?
Yeah. We actually just had a graduation a week ago. Over 100 students flew in and drove in, and we all convened in San Francisco and had this great, or in Berkeley actually.
Yeah, Berkeley.
Had this awesome graduation, super fun. And then the big news that we're announcing here is a big change to the curriculum for Animation Mentor. We're kind of completely redesigned the curriculum. More than half of the video lectures are going to be brand new. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff coming. Basically the last 6 months of the course have now become an elective. The short story classes will now be an elective, and instead what we were finding is that a lot of the students, particularly if they didn't have animation experience to begin with, still struggled with kind of body mechanics and stuff once they got to that story phase, and just needed a little more time with talking about the physicality of the body and how it all works. So we've kind of redesigned the course to address those issues, and there's a lot more now about body mechanics. And at the end, we still have 6 months of acting stuff that's going to be awesome, and the last 3 months now is going to be a polishing and portfolio class that's all about how do you make the best demo reel, how do you take your animation and really polish it and shine it up and make it as good as it can be.
Yeah, we also we kept on working on the tools also. So we launched this year version 3 of the tools, and basically making it a lot faster. A lot of the tools that we had previously, the upload speeds, they weren't up to speed, and now we have, like, the programmers have done an amazing job in writing tools so that, like, the uploads, for example, are like 100 times faster. Nice. I mean, it's making it. We've been working really hard in making the technology really keep up with the teaching, and so far it's been great. It's been
actually. Sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say that a lot like Blender, it's the community aspects of it that help our school evolve and change, and it's all that student feedback and the feedback we get from the mentors, and kind of put all that together, and it's like, okay, well, how can we make this even better? I mean, it's doing good so far. We're excited about what we had, but how do we make it even better? And that's what this year's been about for us.
Yeah, we're always trying to do that, like, every year. Like, okay, so far things are going great, but how can we really continue pushing? How can we do it the best that we can? And the technology was one of the biggest ones, and also the curriculum was one of the biggest ones. So.
And what about, as far as, like, you were talking about new teaching concepts, is that what you were?
Well, we've redesigned the overall curriculum. So the class structure, like the basic structure of how the school works, is pretty much the same. It's different class topics that are being taught over a longer period of time. The whole program is still 18 months, but we're giving them more time to study body mechanics and weight and balance and how all that stuff works and how the different parts of his body are going to move other parts of the body. It's like more time learning that stuff so that when they get to the acting stuff, they're more prepared to create great acting performances, and then when they get to the end, they're ready to make the best reel that you can make.
Yeah, something also, like, in terms of things from this year, something that we've been very excited is that we've had 78% of job placement that is actually around the world. So to actually place 78% of the students around the world has been amazing. We've been speechless about that. Yeah. And a lot of it has been, again, like what Shawn was saying, the feedback, but also the like the culture and the environment and the community of, is, at this point, it's not just the mentors and the team, like, making things really work, but also the students having, like, really getting together and making sure that the whole experience is just amazing.
Yeah. So the community aspects just get deeper and deeper and cooler and cooler. Yeah. And like I said, we just had that graduation, and so you get to, it's one of the only times that we really get to just hang out with 100 students all at once from all over the world.
Right.
And it's really cool and special to see how excited they all are and how close they all are to each other, and they really become this tight family. It's really neat, and I know that that's a lot like Blender. You know,
Right.
it's very similar things going on, which is really cool.
Absolutely. How, that's on your personal lives in terms of projects. Last year when I spoke to you, you were all about robots.
Yes.
Are you still robots?
I am back to being all about robots.
Okay.
Yep. Working on the sequel, Transformers 2, right now.
Oh, really?
And very excited about it. Yeah. Super fun. Totally fun.
And you're a senior animator now?
I'm a lead animator on
Lead
the
animator?
sequel. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So when is that slated to come out?
I think it comes out July 4th. So
Next year. Okay.
should be cool. Yeah.
And what about you? What have you been working on?
Right now I'm working on pre-production on Toy Story 3.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, and I cannot obviously
I
I
mean,
cannot
yeah,
I cannot talk about it, but I'm so excited. I'll leave it at that. I'm very excited. The team is amazing, and the environment is just. I'll keep it at that. I'll just say that I feel very very lucky to be able to work on all these things, because it really makes the day to day is just so much more fun that way.
Now, did you work on Wall-E?
I did work on Wall-E. I'm not working on Up. Up is the next PIXAR film that comes out summer 2009, May 2009. So I started early on Toy Story 3. So
Yeah, the Forge guys are at it again, aren't
wow. That's awesome.
that's awesome.
It's like all the Viking in Super Nerds.
they? So tell me what is it like in the day of a life of an animator? I mean, in general.
It's probably maybe a little different for us.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
sure. Maybe
different for
probably
us.
kind of similar. It depends on where you're working and the project that you're working on,
Depends on the production.
and the stage that project is in. Like my day to day is way different right now for Transformers than it will be 5 months from now, when it's like hardcore and it's hitting hard and it's crunch time. You got to get it done.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with these productions. PIXAR, like usually the beginning is usually slow, but then when it comes time to like really get stuff done, then things are really busy, and you'll see people working around the clock trying to get their sequences and their shots done.
On average, though, at least for ILM, average would probably be you come into work around 8:30, 9. You go to dailies where they show your work up on the big screen, and the supervisor and leads will talk about how to make it better. And then you go and you animate all day, and at lunch you go have lunch with all your best friends, and then you go animate again, and then go home probably average around like 7-ish. Until it gets to crunch time, it might be a little later, or if it's like really early, might be a little earlier. It
Now,
depends.
do they have special showings for you guys once the movie's completed before it goes out to the public?
Yeah, sometimes for us and always for you, I think, right?
Yeah, usually like PIXAR is really good at like kind of like compensating people after all the hard work that has been going on for the last for some people 3-4 years that they've been working on it. So usually they'll have like a big a big screening where you can bring your family, and they make it very fun. It's just to celebrate all the hard work.
Now, I'm just curious, because when you work on something, you know all the flaws no matter how good you are. Is it hard for you to watch a movie after it's completed, especially your own shots?
It can be, yeah. Especially,
Never feels completed all the way.
yeah, especially your own shots.
Your own shots.
Because you see all the things that are wrong.
Right. No one
There's
else
this
sees
one-
them.
yeah,
The public
there's-
doesn't
yeah.
see them.
Yeah, totally.
At one point, it's good. I've talked
Hopefully.
about this with animators. Like at one point, it's good to feel good about letting the shot, moving on onto the next shot. But yeah, I mean, you're always gonna have that critical eye, where where you're just like, no, one more thing, no, and it's good to just kind of like also acknowledge it. Well, I've done what I can, what I've been able to do. Now let's move on to the next thing and feel proud of what I have accomplished so far. That only happens once out of 20 times, but
Both of our studios have a big emphasis on quality, and it's got to look really good to make it into the movie. But by the same token, there's budgets and they got deadlines, and the movie has to get done sometime. So even though we would love to work on a shot for another month, it's not going to happen.
not
They
gonna
got to finish the
happen.
movie. So at a certain point, it's really high quality and it's good enough, and that extra week isn't going to change it that much, except for us.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well, great, guys. I had
Cool,
pleasure
man.
meeting up
Yeah,
with you
good to
again
see
this
you, man.
year.
Yeah.
And I'll see you
Thank you.
tonight at the
All right, cool.
party. And
Thank you.
All right.
Catch you
I want
there.
to see some cool stuff from Blender. Blender Nation.
Well, you saw Big
Yes.
Buck
Make it
Bunny.
happen. Yeah, I
Yes.
know. I want to see more though.
Oh, there's more.
Very well
There's
done.
more coming out.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you'll definitely
All
see
right.
good stuff.
I'll be
All
looking
right.
forward to it.
Great,
Yeah,
thanks.
good job.